All right, here we go. All right, girls. Well, good morning. We are on to our next episode of Tulsa Life podcast. And today we have awesome guest. And I'm going to kind of let you guys tell who you are, but we want to tell you where you're from. You're with Nothing's Left Brewery here in Tulsa. So this week we get to highlight you and your company and what you guys are doing and just the really cool different things that you're bringing to Tulsa. So this morning we've got Abby here and then we've got Lacey here. And I would love to hear, first of all, we'll start with you, Abby. Tell us kind of what your role is, who you are, and what Nothing's Left is. And then what I would really love to hear from you, Lacey, is where this name came from. So we'll start with Abby. Tell us kind of.
Well, we started actually because her husband brews the beer, and so he was really, really good at that. He actually did it at home for a long time, and we just kept hearing how good the beer was from friends, and so we finally looked for a place to go, and we found our old little Texaco, super cute little building, and we've been there since 2018 brewing some weird beer, and it's been awesome.
So you guys got started even before COVID.
Oh, yes.
And so you made it through COVID, which means the beer must be good, right?
Yes. COVID was an interesting experience, but yes. So it's all a family-run business. Me and Lacey are actually sisters.
Oh, no way.
So Travis, her husband's my brother-in-law, so we all just kind of run the entire operation. And yeah, we have some employees that are awesome, and
I love that. So we're like a family. We're kind of a close-knit family here at Erin Catering and Company as well.
Okay.
And you guys met Krista. She was up in my office on the conference call. That's my sister.
Okay.
So, she pretty much runs our office. And then I also have my husband's daughter, which sounds funny. Yes, stick around here. You'll get some really fun family dynamics going on. But Heather actually is our sales manager. So you guys walk through and went way to the room of all the people in that one room. She was the one leading that meeting.
Okay.
And so she's actually my stepdaughter.
That's awesome.
And then her husband works here. So we always joke because it's like a family affair. And he and I are only, let's see, I think we're only like 4 years apart. And he calls me mom. And as a joke. And I'm like, I'm going to kill you, but it's okay. So that's really cool. So it's a family business.
Yeah. Yes.
Started because there was a passion for brewing beer with your husband.
Right.
And he turned out to be good at it.
Yeah.
How often does your hobby turn into something that's really good?
We got really lucky.
Yes.
So lucky. Travis has a real talent for being able to take there's a very chemist part of brewing that's very, by the numbers, by the books, sugar, alcohols, and all kind of different things. And then there's also the creative part, which is where we really flourish. We really pride ourselves on making some of the weirdest and most creative beer in Tulsa. So if you like beer, we have beer for you. If you also don't like beer, we're also your place to go.
I love
Try to have something for everyone. Yeah.
Okay, so I found out about you guys because in the month of January, you are doing a really cool thing that I've never heard of any brewery doing because obviously at the root of everything is alcohol, right? You're thinking beer and you're thinking wine and you think alcohol. So tell us what you're doing for Dry January.
Yeah, so every single Monday in January, we're hosting a complete dry bar, which basically means we pulled all of our beer off tap. We don't have any wine or cider in our cooler. Everything that you can find on the menu is completely alcohol-free. And it functions and looks a lot like a regular bar. So we have wine, we have mocktails, we have non-alcoholic beer. It really looks like what you would find and sit down and have a nice drink, but you're not going to get a buzz.
I love that.
It's very different. Tulsa doesn't really have anything like that, but we do have a huge non-alcoholic market here in Tulsa. We found that there's a lot of people who are coming in and saying, I'm taking a break, or hey, after COVID, alcohol just doesn't fit my lifestyle, or people come in and say, I know it's been so long since I've seen you guys. I just took a break from alcohol.
Or they're pregnant.
Or they're pregnant. They're taking a medicine that is like not letting them like drink. And so we are so much more than just a company that utilizes like grain and yeast and hops. We're really creative people at the bottom line. And so we said, we want something for everybody. And
I love that.
Started making kind of this plan to do this in a whole dry bar. And in partnership, we actually make a non-alcoholic canned product. So with Social Bison, which is a company with bison extracts here in Tulsa, they're a cannabis extract company.
Okay.
And they have terpenes that they wanted to use, and so they said, how can we basically make a non-alcoholic beverage with terpenes? Terpenes function a lot like hops. They have like a big flavor profile. They're very they're akin to cannabis. They're plant derived.
It's what helps the cannabis smell and taste. So it's not CBD,
Right.
it's not THC, it won't get you high.
won't
You'll pass
pop-
a drug test.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's mainly about flavor.
So we're gonna go non-alcoholic, but you're gonna be high.
Yeah,
You're gonna lose your job.
Exactly.
no,
exactly.
definitely not. No.
Yeah, so that is obviously the first question, or like, I'm pregnant, can I drink this still?
Right.
Or like, is it okay for these kinds of lifestyles? So that is a product that we make in house for them, and they distribute that. They sell it. They sell in lots of liquor stores as a non-alcoholic product. So we actually paired with Social Bison for these dry bar days, and it has been wonderful.
I was gonna ask. So what has the response been?
It has been incredible.
Great, yeah.
I would think that would be awesome. And talking about like lifestyles, like sometimes this isn't just I'm going to do it for January.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes this is a lifestyle change. It's not just a small amount of time. And, especially if you're pregnant and that's, 9-10 months of pregnancy
You
that.
still want to be included with your friends. Yeah.
And even I'm thinking about the people that are like, for my health, I don't want to drink alcohol. I don't want to put that in my body.
Yep.
And I think you're giving people a real alternative.
Well, so then there's people like me. I actually don't drink at all. Not really for any specific reason.
You just don't.
Alcohol doesn't really settle with my body very well, and it just doesn't make me feel very well. So when we go out to a brewery or to the bar, I don't really drink anything. But so this is a totally different thing where we want you to feel included, and I could go order a fun mocktail,
Right.
and I'm with the rest of my buddies drinking.
Well, and there's
so
such a connotation, I feel like, when you're going out, like it's like I'm going out.
Right.
And so
you have to be drunk.
yes,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be participating, and and if you're not, then everybody's like, why are you not? Why
you're
are you
a
not doing this?
buzzkill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I love that you're making this like something that's now it is truly something that you can feel like you're not missing out. You're not missing out on
Yeah, of
anything.
course.
And not only that, but let's celebrate it. Let's highlight it that
Yep.
you're not that you're okay and you're comfortable not drinking alcohol, or you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
So
first and foremost, we always want to prioritize people's safety and sobriety. We want you to get home safe. We want you to get home to your kids and get them up in the morning, and like having a product where it's like, I know that you're going to be okay at the end of the night. We're not calling an Uber, nothing like that.
yes.
Also, I want to highlight too that like people want a celebratory drink. So when we go out and Abby doesn't have a cocktail, she doesn't always just want a Dr. Pepper. That's really boring.
water.
Right.
Or a water or a
Right.
Sprite. Like that's not very fun. So this is also a way of pairing like celebratory drinks. Like we have non-alcoholic champagne. Like
Yeah.
if you wanted
how
And
to
it's
celebrate,
good. It tastes good.
it's very good. If you wanted to celebrate something, like it is a wonderful way to do that.
Yeah.
That is, I love what you were doing with that, and I
Yeah.
think for me that was something that was very attractive when I saw that about you guys, and it's what made us want to have you on the show, because I was like, you guys are doing something different. You are looking at this and going, we're not in a box, and I feel like
Oh,
that's how.
There's no box for us.
Right.
There's no box.
And that resonates with me.
Yeah.
Like, we have a real estate company, of course, and I feel like that there's obviously a lot of different ways to do real estate. There's a lot of different ways to run a company, as you guys are doing. And I don't ever want to be confined to just how everybody else is doing it.
Of course. Yep.
And so I love that about you and what you're doing. So he started out, he's just making brewing his beer at home? Is that
That is how we started, in the
Okay.
garage.
In the
and on
garage.
stove. Very smelly hobby, lots
Like,
of broken bottles.
coming in my mind? Have you guys seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Oh my
of
gosh.
course.
Like this just, it makes me think of Breaking Bad and him like in the RV and him like,
Kind of mixing it up. Yeah.
yeah. And when you were
Yeah.
talking about all like it was very scientific, I was like,
Yes.
oh, this is Walter.
It is.
Yeah.
This is Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's it's technically legal, so like that part is fine.
There's
and
a lot of
Yeah,
home
yeah.
brewers out
I'm
there.
not promoting Breaking
Sure.
Bad here, just to get that out there.
Right, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
and-
saying you should go make meth in your trailer.
Exactly, and it is fun, and it's like, and you do a lot of testing, like you do see how much alcohol is in it, or like you, is the yeast at the right spot? Will the glass bottles break? Like it does get kind of like
It's kind of
Say-
intimidating. It's
so-
very,
Yeah.
he talks about it sometimes to me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I can't.
I don't.
I just can't. Yeah.
I just can't.
So is there a lot of breaking bottles?
no.
Oh no.
Okay, I was like,
This
is that-
back in homebrew
Long
days?
time ago. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
no, I mean, but
Yeah.
but when you're trying to find the right mixture, I guess, and
No, there's a lot.
Okay.
Like he's learned so much over the years, and there's different things to like take insurance and precautions against those kinds of like flukes and stuff like that. And trust me, we've We've lived and learned many times.
Oh, same here, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think if you haven't, then you're not trying to stretch and keep moving forward.
Oh,
So,
And truly, like we are one of those places that just we don't want to be confined by anything, so we're willing to try it. Like if you can try it, it's in our laps. We're gonna do it, and it's been a wild ride.
I love that. Okay, so nothing's left.
Right.
So, how did you come up with that name?
Well, there's many theories and there's many rumors as to what that.
So you're getting it
comes
right
from.
here on this podcast. You're going to get the
It's very
real
literal.
story.
It's very
Okay.
literal.
Okay.
Yes, many people are like, "Oh, I heard that you already started a brewing. There was no money left, or like you went for broke, and like all this stuff." No, here's what really happened. Travis is a 6'9" redhead.
And this is your husband?
This is my husband.
He's the brewer, the master
12
brewer.
years, yes,
Okay.
yeah. So him and his friends brewed together a lot. We put it in to keep the beer like away from everything. We would put it in the bathtub, and I was like, "Let's call it bathtub brews. Let's call it the redheaded giant brews." Like he would go and he would like look at all the company names and say like that one's already taken, that one's not available, that
It
one
was already
that's not right.
purchased.
It's already purchased, yeah. And so he just
there was
texted-
nothing left.
There
he
was
texted his
literally
friend and he
nothing
said, "Nothing's left, guys." And he looked at me and said, "That's it." And I was like, "No, we're not calling it that. Like just your literal whim.
Like,
I'm
no,
not
try
calling it
again.
that."
Yeah.
And that was about 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, ever since then, he was like, "I think it's going to stick."
I love it.
And it's on the front of the building now.
So our tagline also though with that is everything is right when nothing's left. And it's an upside down beer can, so we know we're doing our job when there's no beer
I
left in
love
your drink. Yeah.
that. Like it's almost
So-
like with your eating and drinking. If you eat everything on your plate,
Right.
you know it was good.
Exactly.
And so the same
Exactly.
concept.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So
It's super fun. It's a great story to tell.
It's a great story.
It's fun.
And then, I go to festivals and stuff where you're pouring samples and they're like, "Oh, nothing's left, ha ha ha."
Yeah.
And it creates
end
a lot
of the night, you're
conversation.
like,
So
yeah,
now
it's-
it's become a real true tagline. Like it's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, as we run out of stuff for a beer, we do a lot of small batches. It can be very little, like nothing.
So when you say you do a small batch, what does that mean?
so a lot of breweries will.
I literally don't know anything about. Like you're talking about,
okay.
it's like this is
That's
so
okay. Yeah.
interesting to me.
Brewing is its own world. It's its
It
own like
is.
little microcosm. It's very interesting. So for us, a small batch is probably like 2 to 4 or 5 kegs.
Okay.
That's about it. There's just a couple barrels, what they call barrels. So 2 kegs is 1 barrel. We have a 10-barrel brewing system.
Okay.
It's on the smaller end for a lot of Tulsa breweries. We're kind of in the middle though. We don't do a lot of distribution. So we don't like sell a lot to our distributor to sell at liquor stores or
So
restaurants.
You're more boutique.
We're extremely
Yeah.
boutique.
We sell so much in house that we want to keep the beer there as much as possible to keep people with us. We do distribute a little bit, but we have to make sure that the brewery is taken care of first thing. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So when you're talking about brewing and the batches, where do you do all this? Is it right there on site? Everything's on
we
site.
We have a 2,500 square foot brew house
Okay.
right next to us. We actually were in a tiny little room that was in the tap room, and we expanded so quickly that we immediately had to go to the next building over and throw it in there. And
Congratulations. That's
we've been
awesome.
growing constantly for 4 years.
So, yeah,
It's
in
crazy.
addition to that, we've moved to the brew house offsite, and right now we are technically under construction to expand the current tap room.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, it's
Huge
really
tap room.
exciting, which will be a big deal for like hosting events.
Okay.
A lot of birthday parties,
Baby
showers,
showers,
wedding
yeah.
showers, like receptions,
And
stuff.
because you have the non-alcoholic side of it too, even those things that aren't necessarily what you would think of like a baby shower,
Yeah.
that somebody's pregnant, that you
Exactly.
can have fun
100%.
champagne and you
Yeah.
can have really fun.
We have a lot of those options that will stay on the menu. We're trying to decide if we want to continue it through, the rest of the
So
year.
you might pick and choose
instead
a
of just
few.
Mondays.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're working on that, but we're gonna try to have some things that we keep on the menu that are non-alcoholic
non-alcoholic
because a
options.
lot of them are handmade, and it's a big
Tedious, I'm sure.
very tedious to set up and to take down. But that's okay. It's worth it. Obviously, I mean it's amazing. So we do handshake some drinks, some mocktails and stuff. It's super fun. And every Monday is just
We got to bring the
totally
team.
different.
We got to get our team over there.
Oh,
Please.
yes,
Like,
please.
it's a blast.
It's super fun.
Yes.
It still is all the vibes of like a bar and a brewery and getting together and stuff, but like no one's buzzed.
That's the
It's
thing
great.
for
That's
us is
really
even
cool.
when it is a day that's not non-alcoholic, when it is just a normal brewery day, craft beer is not about getting as messed up as possible. It's not about, getting as drunk as possible. It's about hanging out with your friends,
That's right.
tasting awesome beer, and getting to know people. I have seen people that meet people there
So
and
I
make
think you're
friends.
changing my perspective a little bit because, as you're talking about, all that goes into this, I'm more of a wine drinker.
Yep.
And not that I'm any type of wine connoisseur, but it's what's always been interesting to me about wine is regions and, where it comes from and how it's made and getting to go, to see all of that happen. I never really thought about that with beer. You don't think about all that goes into that or
It's unreal.
so when you're making
yeah.
like you guys probably have a signature type of beer.
Sure.
Probably have something that maybe
You
everybody loves.
you want to know the name?
I want to know.
One of them is D's Nuts.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It was funny because I actually remember this. It was kind of like the day that we were having a soft opening and we're like, okay, people are on the way. We hadn't really named it yet. We had talked about D's Nuts. Oh, it's funny. It's a joke, whatever. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like people on the way. Like we have to get this named. And he's like, D's Nuts. Like just do it. Let's do it. And it has stuck. And it's
been the most
hilarious,
popular.
and people love it. It's a topic that they can talk about.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then when you order it, it's fun.
And when you order it, it's fun.
Some people won't even say it. They'll just be like the peanut butter beer.
Yeah.
It's all,
And it's peanut butter?
Yes,
peanut butter and
chocolate
yeah.
peanut butter.
And Hershey's, yeah.
So it's
What?
a stout. And then our other one that we're known for is strawberry blonde, strawberry wheat
That sounds
beer.
good.
It's one of those beers where someone can say, hey, I'm not really into beer. And I'm like, well, let me give you this. And they're like, actually, I love that. You've totally changed my mind.
Now,
So,
and I think that's one of those things too. Like I feel like, again, when you're thinking about wine, you explore wines. You taste different wines. You pair different wines with different things. And I never really thought about that, like as a beer, like being able to have different types of
many different
flavors and so many different things. So the ones that you make, you have some that are all the time, and those you just have down.
Sure.
You know what those recipes are.
Yeah,
you probably call them something else, but
lots of different styles. We'll have the wheat, and then we'll have the lager, and we'll have a stout, and we'll have an IPA. We want to have something for everyone, and then we also throw those fun ones in there that rotate. And we are more than happy to have someone taste. I will give you a taste of something until you find what you love.
That you like, yeah.
We don't limit that. We want to make sure that, you like what you drink.
Kind of like showing houses, right? Like you got to go and you got to decide like, okay, this, I liked this about it, but I didn't like this about it. Let's try another one. Let's find the right one.
And we do have some canned wines and stuff like that. So if you came in there and you're just like, I'm really not, feeling beer today, we have some canned wines that, we could offer you that you could still sip on there.
Okay, so I don't think we've said your location. If we have, we haven't said it enough. So let's say it again. So tell us where you're located. Tell us the name again.
Yeah. So Nothing's Left Brewery. We're on 6th and Rockford, right in between Peoria and Utica, and we're just smack dab in the middle of Pearl District.
Love it.
Yeah.
There's lots of breweries around us. So we're west of Marshall's and Cabin Boys and American Solera, and then we're east of all the ones downtown like Dead Armadillo and Pearl Beach.
It's a great little area just right there where you can hit like 5.
I know when we walked upstairs and Chris was already like, "Where is it? Okay, I'm coming. I'm going to try it." So
yeah.
So you're open Monday through Friday. I mean Monday through Saturday. Are you closed on Sundays? What are your hours? Are you open?
So usually we're actually closed Mondays.
Okay.
So we're only open for Mondays
but right now
for the
you're
dry
okay.
bar.
All right.
Yeah, so it is usually Tuesdays through Sundays.
Which what is today? It's already the 20th.
Yeah,
folks. If you're gonna get out, you might only have one more left. Two more.
Two
more.
Yeah.
You got 2 more Mondays left in January.
Five Mondays in January.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
Okay, so there's 2 Mondays left for dry, and you're only doing dry on those days, right?
Only dry. Yes.
You cannot drink in the.
There's no alcohol
because
in the tap room.
the event actually itself is called NADA, which stands for Not a Drop Around, and we mean of alcohol.
And are you saying like nada, like a Spanish like nada, or is it not a?
Not a drop around.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, either way it works.
Spells out
it works.
nada.
It works the same. But I was like, when I heard it the first time, I was like,
yeah,
what are they saying? I was like, is that nada? Like, hey, por nada? But that's not really,
It's just like nada. Like,
literally, there's
nada. There's not a drop. Yeah.
It's gonna be super fun. We're gonna have Social Bison back out, Ambrosial Bites.
People's
Nemo's
Bakery.
Macaroons, People's Bakery.
Oh,
So
that's
they'll be back.
fun.
We've been having kind of like other little businesses kind of come around and pop up.
Yeah,
and
do pop-ups,
and sell stuff. It's really fun. We love also supporting other small businesses.
Absolutely.
We're small. We want to keep other people close
Same.
to us. It's like I don't think there's anything better in the whole world than keeping your friends around you who are very like-minded and they're excited about the product and the creativity aspects of it.
And they're just so nice. I mean, the friends you make, it's crazy. And it's funny because I've seen babies from when we opened that are now 4 years old. Like it's the weirdest thing.
And you guys are still new. Just think what that will be like in 20 years.
Hard to
I
think
mean,
about.
I know
Hard
it
to
is,
think
but
about.
how special is that? And to
It
be a
is.
part of like a community like Tulsa and to know that everybody is, I mean, people find those spots and they are loyal.
Mhm.
Like they will
Yes.
come back and they
Oh
become
man,
family and
we
they
have
become
so
friends.
many, regulars that are just our best friends. I mean,
Right.
genuinely, like I will go to their weddings, their baby showers, everything. Like we're actually having like a little birthday party for her and Travis tomorrow. We're pairing
When's
up
your
with
birthday?
Kurt's Donuts.
So Travis's birthday is on Monday, and mine's on Wednesday of
Well,
next
happy
week.
birthday.
Thank you. So what we're doing is to also support more small
Local
businesses.
businesses,
Trav and I love donuts. Like we think it's fun. They're like cute little packaged things of creativity.
Cakes.
Yeah, they are. They're like
Cake
small
for
cakes.
But for
Yes.
breakfast, like
Yeah.
could that be better? So what we're doing is a donut birthday party, and we're doing everybody brings their favorite donuts in Tulsa. Just taproom people, just customers. Bring your favorite donuts. We'll set them all out. We'll have like a piece of paper as to where they're from. We'll cut them up, and everybody can try different.
And when is this?
This is this Saturday.
And
so
you're
tomorrow.
And are you inviting everybody to this? This is an
Absolutely.
open. This is an open invite.
Facebook invite.
So
yeah.
obviously our podcasts are in, we'll do a post today for you guys. So that way we can get that out because I think that's super cool because
Yeah.
when this podcast actually goes live, because we record in advance,
Oh, yes.
it'll already be gone. So people are going to be listening. They're going to show up
True.
looking for donuts.
Maybe 2024 we'll do
Yeah,
another one.
that's
and
true.
It'll be another fun one.
Well, either way, I love what you guys are doing.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited to have, gotten to know you a little bit more today. And like you said, I love finding people, within our community that are like-minded and that are kind of all going in the same direction of trying to make our area better and bringing new things to Tulsa. And I think you guys are like just right on track and you are spearheading that way for the brewery side. So I love that.
We appreciate that.
So again, nothing's left.
Right.
And it is, tell your location again. It's
6th in Rockford. Yeah.
6th in Rockford. So, right there with all those little, so don't miss them. Come in. And it used to be the Texaco, you said.
Yep. We
So-
still have a little Texaco star outside.
I think that's
The
cool.
green building.
Yeah, green building. We have a beautiful big patio. So
With
in the
swings.
summertime, we have swings and
Oh,
beautiful place.
we are so Philip, we're bringing the team. We're
Come
doing
on.
this.
And we
Come
also are
on.
very dog friendly. So if
And
you have a
kid
puppy,
friendly.
please bring your animals. We love seeing puppies in the tap room.
Oh.
And then we're also kid friendly. So anyone under 21 is welcome in the tap room. We have non-alcoholic slushies and soft serve every day.
Okay.
So not just on non-alcoholic nights. We also have just the regular nice lineup of non-alcoholics for people who come on regular beer nights.
Okay.
So
All right.
always
Well,
a good time.
thank you guys
Yeah.
so much. It was a pleasure having you here and learning more. And we just can't tell you how much we appreciate you being here today.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks for
you.
having us.